Hi, I'm Dr. Noah St. John.
And I'm Dr. George Carlo.
Welcome to Protege Sports, where you can learn from the pros anywhere, anytime.
Probably the most extreme case that I've ever worked with is a baseball player, minor league baseball player, who was a pitcher. And what had happened there was that he had tested out in the Q's assessment as left brain dominant but kinesthetic player. And when you're left brain and kinesthetic, there's a cross. Now this was a young guy who in high school and college was a fantastic player, fantastic baseball player. And when he was drafted, the first thing that happened was the team, now that he was a professional, they gave him this big thick book, and they said, "This is the way we do it here." So he spent all kinds of time reading through this book, and it was all about mechanics of pitching and the mechanics of balance and the mechanics of pitch count and all of that. And he had never been exposed to that before, and it really locked up his brain. It locked up his left brain. So he had, in baseball, there's a thing that they call the thing. And the thing is when, the second baseman can't throw to first anymore, and for a pitcher, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if he was 5 feet away. So this fellow had the thing. And this is as an extreme case as you get in baseball. So what we did with him was, recognizing that we were going to have to change either his brain dominance or his learning cue. We decided that it was going to be easier to change his brain dominance. And the reason was because we felt that the brain dominance was an aberration. It was the result of the team having given him all of these mechanical readings. So what we did was during spring training, we put a blindfold on him and put him into a cage. And of course, it was hard recruiting a catcher to come in and catch, because you're talking about a guy who can throw 90 miles an hour. He's going to be on the mound with a blindfold. So catchers were not lining up to do this duty. But we ended up all through spring training, we had him throwing blindfold, and we actually would give him the ball off the mound, and so he would have to find the rubber on his own with his eyes closed with actual blindfold. And the first couple of sessions, bullpen sessions like this, he was bouncing balls all over the place, and it was actually quite funny. But after a while, he locked in, and what we were doing there was we were taking away his visual or left brain and trying to make him completely right brain or kinesthetic. And after a short period of time, he was able to not only throw strikes with the blindfold on, but he was also able to spot his pitches with the blindfold on. So that was probably the most extreme case we've ever had, and actually to get this young man to the point where he would actually be a serviceable pitcher, we thought was a great accomplishment.